a few recipes that are definitely worth the effort of making from scratch, and this roasted red pepper hummus is one of them. It's super creamy, full of fresh flavors, and thanks to some simple shortcuts, you can have it ready to dig into in less than 10 minutes. In order to make a super smooth and creamy hummus, you're going to either need a food processor or a high-speed blender. I prefer the processor since you have more control over the texture. Blenders, you have to watch pretty closely so they don't liquefy the hummus too much. You also want to make sure it's large enough to fit all of your ingredients. I'm using an 11-cup food processor, but you should be okay with anything from 10 to 14 cups. Now, I know I said that we're making this from scratch, but guys, you don't have to make everything from scratch. I'll be walking you through each of these ingredients, showing you the pros and cons of buying the jarred or canned kinds versus making them yourself. First up is the chickpeas. These do make up the bulk of the hummus recipe, but I have tested out dozens and dozens of variations, and I will tell you that you can just barely tell the difference in taste and texture of canned chickpeas versus cooked ones. So if you're strapped for time, just go ahead and grab the cans. You'll need two 15-ounce cans in order to get 3 cups of cooked chickpeas. If using cans, make sure you drain the liquid first and reserve about 1/4 of a cup in case you want to smooth out the texture of your hummus later. You can also always use this to make aquafaba. Add the chickpeas to the bowl of a food processor, along with 1/3 cup of tahini or sesame paste. Once again, buying a jar of this is recommended. 1/4 cup of olive oil. Make sure you get a higher quality oil for the best flavor. 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice, or about the juice of 2 lemons. And 2/3 cup of roasted red peppers. But wait, let's back up real quick here on those peppers. I'd say it's a really close call as to whether or not it's worth it to roast these at home, especially since it's pretty easy to do. If you've never done this, then you have got to check out this video where I show you how. It literally takes less than 10 minutes of hands-on time. However, the jarred kind are definitely the fastest to use. If you decide to use those, you will want to make sure that you drain the peppers and then also dab them to remove any and all excess liquid. I made this mistake the first time I made this hummus, and guys, it turned out into this soupy mess. So make sure that you get all of that liquid removed. Once the peppers are dabbed dry, or roasted and peeled at home, coarsely chop them into small pieces. This will allow them to evenly distribute throughout the hummus more easily. Okay, now you can add those chopped peppers to the processor, along with the rest of the ingredients. 1/2 teaspoon of lemon zest. Always remember to zest your lemons before juicing. 2 cloves of finely minced garlic. 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt to taste. And 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. These can totally be left out if you don't want too much of a kick. Cover the processor or blender with a lid and process for a minute or 2, scraping down the side of the bowl every 30 seconds. Serve the hummus immediately alongside pita bread or vegetables with additional chopped roasted red peppers, a drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of red pepper flakes and parsley on top. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look gorgeous? It's almost too pretty to eat. Almost. So good, so creamy, so full of that fresh red pepper flavor, and it was so easy to make. But if you want a few more dip recipes to dig into, I have got you covered. Check these out right over here. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.